Heartsprinkle.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Crystal, and today I will be painting on some wooden beads. Let's get started. Check out how fast my painting skills are as I put this gesso on. Ta-da! So I was going to sketch all the designs I had in mind for each bead, but I hated that idea and I noticed that the pencil marks were going through the paint a little bit, at least with the yellow. Maybe it was just the yellow. Anyway, this video I have 12 beads to make, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys quickly what I made per bead and explain to you why I chose those items. So of course I'm going to start with a pencil because I love pencils, but I've recently just fallen back in love with illustrating, or just making all my little drawings of my little characters and designs. So that's why I chose the pencil. At first I wasn't going to outline anything, but I ended up doing it. I'm happy I did because it looks pretty good to me. And this is how it turned out. The next one has a bunch of little hearts on it, and it's to represent Heartsprinkle. I did them in 3 shades of pink, and I decided last minute that I should outline each heart, which I'm happy I did because it just made it look better. I also add these blue sprinkles to kind of show the different sprinkle. Now normally I do one, but it's a bead, so I did multiple, but it's like the heart sprinkle, and this is how it turned out. The next bead represents my obsession and love for honeybees. Now I know they look like bumblebees, but they're actually honeybees, just kawaii. So I started this obsession with them because I watched a documentary about them with my daughter, Annabelle, and we just fell in love with what we found out about them. Like, I never knew so much that they could do, and I just loved that and had to make it a part of my artwork. I actually made a little buddy for one of my bears that's a bee, and yeah, I became obsessed with it. I wanted to draw it all the time. I even made a mural, and I met up with a beekeeper to see if I could actually have my own bees, but that didn't go through. But anyway, this is why I had to add it to my collection of beads. I just love bees. They're so cool. But here's how it turned out. This next one is a yarn ball. It looks kind of funky. It was kind of hard to actually paint on the bead itself, I guess because of the shape. But I chose the yarn ball because I crocheted for so long, and that's where I started Heartsprinkle with drawing, but that's where it kind of kicked off, was with my crochet pieces. So I feel like yarn and like fiber arts and stuff will always be a part of my crafting journey, so I of course had to add that on there, and this is how it turned out. Speaking of yarn, this is actually a crochet design I have for one of my patterns. It's actually a blanket for my kids, but I just really love it. It was one of my favorite patterns I ever designed, so I had to add that on here. It also represents Emma. She's my rainbow baby. I had her after I had a miscarriage, and the rainbows and unicorns, I just had to put them all together here. So I love this design, had to add it on. Here's how it turned out. The next bead is a pizza because it brings back a lot of memories for me. When I first came to the States when I was younger, I actually didn't like pizza because of the sauce. I didn't like tomatoes at the time, and I knew the sauce was made of tomatoes, and people made fun of me for it or thought I was weird, but it's that memory stuck to me. And another reason is because my husband ordered a pizza pillow for me, and that's literally what brought us together. One time I made this bead embroidery pin of a pizza, and it just brings me back to a moment. I gave it to my bestie because she really loved it. I loved it too, but she really liked it, and I gave it to her, and it just makes me think of her too. But here's how it turned out. This next bead represents my love for cats. I painted Hello Kitty on one side. I always loved Hello Kitty when I was younger and wanted to collect Hello Kitty items, but at the time I couldn't. It wasn't as accessible as it is today, and so I collect them with my kids. My second favorite cat is Pusheen Cat. We also collect Pusheen Cat items. It's just super cute. So I actually used to have a cat before I got pregnant. I had one. I was fine. After I got pregnant, though, I was allergic. And so was Bella. Bella was more allergic than I was, so I had to rehome her. Her name is Mary, and I miss her so much, but I'm very thankful because my aunt was able to take her in, and I'm able to like get updates and see her. She sends me photos of her and tell me what's up with her all the time. So it's really great, and I'm very thankful that my aunt was able to take her in and spoil her like she's living her best cat life, because she spoils all her cats. So yeah, here are some of the last details on the bead. I actually added a few things at the end, and here's how it turned out. This bead means a lot to me and Annabelle. It's a sun. I used to tell her that she's my sunshine, and I did sing a song to her, but I know that the song, like the full song, is kind of dark, but it's the first part that everyone sings to their kids, that I would sing to her, and she just, that part means a lot to me, and me telling her she's my sunshine, literally, like back then when she was born, she literally brought light to my life. So that's why she's my sunshine. So this design of the sun, I've actually crocheted, and anytime you see it, it's for Annabelle. Like this sun is for Annabelle. And yeah, so I dedicated one of the beads to her. I added some gold on there to give it some bling and outlined it, and this is how it turned out. This next bead has Pooh Bear on it. My dad used to call me Pooh Bear when I was younger, and he actually used to try and tease me out in public because he knew that I just wanted it to be like a family nickname. So he used to shout out Pooh Bear at the grocery store. I miss it now that he's gone, you know, but back then I used to get so embarrassed. I also passed on the Pooh Bear nickname to my daughter. Her first toddler or baby toy was Pooh Bear, and she still has it today. So it's really cute. This little quote here, I didn't know Christopher Robin said it, but my husband, he didn't know it was linked to Pooh Bear as well. But yeah, he gave me a keychain that had that quote on it. So I think it was really cool that like Pooh Bear has so much meaning in my life. But this is how it looks. It's kind of funny for this next bead because I normally don't draw frogs. I didn't really like frogs until now. My husband actually uses fake frog lures to go fishing, and that's why I started drawing it in kawaii. It's super cute. The reason why it means a lot to me is because like it makes me think of my husband, and he always goes fishing, and we've gone fishing a couple times before, and we just had a great time, you know. So frogs just are cute to me now. And I decided to add our anniversary in the back because it just represents us in our relationship, I guess. And yeah, this is how it's turned out. I put a little cute pun quote on there. The next bead also represents me and my husband. Now, not a lot of people know this, but we actually used to be friends for, like, we met online and we were friends, and then we started dating after we actually met in person. But what we did together and how we met online was play video games, specifically Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So I had to make these little mini controllers. I had the pink one. I don't know, he might have had the blue one actually, so it's kind of ironic that I was just trying to paint these colors to make it match. And you know, I always like the pink and blue combo. But anyway, I just put our controllers on there and also made this Modern Warfare 3 logo. They're bringing out a new game. I don't know if we'll play it again because it's on the PS5, but yeah, this one I really like the color of the green. It popped out really well. And I added a few little quotes and stuff, like gamer puns on there last minute. So this is how it turned out. This bead is for my youngest daughter, Emma, and it's going to be a bunch of roses. Roses make me think of her. I gave her the middle name Rose, so her name's Emma Rose. And recently I have made a rose like illustration or design that I really enjoy. I've been making these rose out of paper and put them into frames and everything. So I was trying to like make that but into an illustration, and this is what I came up with. Roses also remind me of my dad. When he was alive, he would always buy roses to put on the table. Like, it didn't have to be for anyone specific, but I guess he just wanted to just see roses every day when he woke up in the morning. I don't know, but ever since then, like, it just makes me think of him. And that's another reason why I gave Emma the middle name Rose. And it actually also is my mother-in-law's, my husband's side, middle name. So like the rose itself has a lot of meaning for me, and that's another reason why it just had to be part of my art. Here's how it turned out. I added the line work and highlights, and it looked great. So in this part of the video, I tried to be fancy and lay out my beads, but they were rolling everywhere, so I just started stringing it. Then, like, closer to the end, I was like, I could have used a needle this whole time, but I've gone too far and I only have 3 beads left. So yeah, here's how it looks like strung up, and I'm trying to tie it. I learned that I had to tie it like 3 or 4 times and do like a special knot at the end. I also tried to show you guys how it looks on. I really like the size of the beads, and they're just like a statement bracelet. It looks super cute and chunky. Let me know which one is your favorite bead. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.